Hello, Pak! This is Miko Pogay. Nandito tayo ngayon sa Shinjuku, Tokyo, Japan. Aalamin natin ang mga opinyon ng mga Pilipino dito sa Japan sa assassination ng former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe.
The assassination of former Prime Minister Abe was really a shock. I mean, I couldn't believe it with the kind of security that we feel here in Japan. But of course, they're more lax with their security towards the officials. But for that to happen here in Japan, where there's a gun ban and nobody actually can have a gun, this person who took his life made the gun himself. So it was very surprising and devastating, definitely, considering that Prime Minister Abe did a lot for the community, for Japan, and also for the Philippines. And he was a great leader to the nation. So it's sad. It's a very, very sad time.
So sad po talaga na nangyari sa kay former Abe. So hindi natin inaakala na gano'n na kahapon buhay siya tapos nangyari yun. Bigla na siya nawala dito. So nakakaiyak na yun.
Nakakalungkot isipin. Bait-bait ng tao, bakit ganun?
Sana siya na lang nagpakamatay na.
Yeah,
Siya na lang
dapat siya ng iba.
Gusto pala niya mamatay ng ano, gusto niya, di ba gusto lang niyang pumatay? Sana pinatay na lang yung sarili niya.
Bakit kaya?
Sa totoo lang, ang sakit-sakit. Umiyak talaga ako no.
Lahat tayo ay
Sinabing patay.
So sad and I was so angry. Bakit ginawa yung gunman? He was the longest serving Prime Minister of Japan, and I love so much his Abe Mass. He was giving mass to the people nationwide, and he also gave, the ayuda of Jumang yen is how much is that? $1,000? Could you believe that? So far, he is my most favorite Prime Minister in Japan. Tapos, it's a sad thing na nangyari yun sa kanya. I was praying na ma-save siya, ma-revive siya ng mga doktor. I was watching TV the whole afternoon. Oh my God. So, I was even making a vlog of that. So, sabi ko, Lord, please, sana ma-save talaga siya na walang masama mangyari. But, after all, umanaw siya, iniwan niya tayo. And I'm hoping for world peace talaga. Ano ba nangyari sa mundo? No? Ano bang naisip ng taong yun? Why did he do that? Wala siya magawa. Siguro there is something wrong with him, no? Mentally, or di natin alam ang family background niya, but he must be something inside him, no? So we are praying for his eternal rest, ang ating favorite former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, and I am praying for the peace of his family.
Alam ko na na-assassinate si former Abe. Sobrang nalungkot, hindi konti, sobrang nalungkot kasi hindi ko in-expect yon, knowing na sobrang safe sa Japan. Nangihinayang kasi kumbaga na-experience ko yung pagiging magaling na leader niya, and nakaka-proud siya, sa sobrang sayang na namatay siya.
Ayun, same din, nakakalungkot kasi parang sobrang sudden nung nangyari, tapos parang hindi ko in-expect na dito mangyayari yun sa Japan kasi sobrang konti ng crime rate at saka very very peaceful kasi dito, tapos biglang makikita mo sa news na baril nga, tapos biglang the next day wala na, ganyan. So parang nakakalungkot na.
I mean, to be honest, because Shinzo Abe, he brought a lot of good effect. As I know some people maybe dislike him, some people support him, but to be honest, he brought a lot of good impact, especially in the economy, and then he brought a lot of good relationship with a lot of country as well, especially for example to the Philippines, to the America, to the Russia, Ukraine, China, and also my country Indonesia. Also he brought a lot of good relationship, and then it brings everything. I mean, not only to bring Japan up, but also this country up, and then the technology, of course, he opened Japan a lot in a lot of fields. So Japanese technology is going really good under his era. He brought a lot of good technology sharing, and then it's really great. I thought it's really a big loss for Japan. Of the loss of him.
It's so sad when I heard that former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was shot, was assassinated, and he died. He was the longest Prime Minister in Japan, and he loves the Filipinos. He went to the Philippines and meet with President Duterte, and even I think he visited the hometown of President Duterte, and he really loves the Filipino. And in Japan, he is very popular. He's the most popular prime minister so far, and the Filipinos in Japan loves Shinzo Abe. And I should say that the whole nation is grieving right now, and including myself, we're all sad to know that he was shot to death by a lone gunman, with the only reason is that because of religious reasons, and that's really so sad. Probably something wrong with his, mentally ill probably, but that's not the, it's not the reason that he has to kill the innocent prime minister. So right now we lost a great prime minister, and I know that the Facebook was inundated with all the posts of the Filipinos, and you should see how popular he is here in Japan. So it's really so sad. I hope that this will be the last killing, and no more copycat.
Moment I read from the YouTube or some news at 11:30 that he was shot while giving his speech in Nara, and then from that I feel so nervous and concerned about what will happen to him. And I am one of his supporter from day one. I really like him as the Prime Minister of Japan. And yes, I am still grieving about his death. Yeah. Maraming salamat sa mga Pilipino na sumusuporta sa dating Prime Minister, at nababasa ko na nagpapahatid sila ng pakikiramay sa mga Japanese people at sa mga Pilipino na nakatira dito sa Japan.
3 araw na akong umiiyak for that, kasi for Prime Minister Abe, kahit yung mga kasama ko sa bahay na Japanese, they asking me why you are crying, because Mr. Abe is died. So Mr. Abe is very loved by all the Filipinos, especially since he opened all the migrant workers and everything to Japan. And actually, if you will see the videos that he even go to Philippines, because he loved Duterte. This is very touching moments, and not only for that, because all Japanese love him.
I've been living in Japan for almost 50 years.
50?
50 years. And since 1974. And hindi ko pa narinig ng mga assassination dito sa Japan with the person we love, Prime Minister Abe have been Prime Minister twice. You will not be Prime Minister twice kung hindi ka gusto ng tao. And malapit siya talaga sa Pilipino. And I think he's the only Prime Minister na pumunta hanggang sa room ni President Duterte. Sa bahay ni President Duterte. And he loves Filipino. He loves the Philippines. And even hindi pa siya Prime Minister, Councilor pa lang siya, gusto niya na talaga ang Pilipinas. And he's a member also of the Japan Friendship Association. This is ODANJ, our group, Organization for the Development and Advancement of Negros in Japan, is a member. And I had the group since 19 when we started. 80s. An old picture. That with the Prime Minister Abe. Regarding this must not happen in Japan. People say it's not Japan. It seems like that happened in other country. Kasi hindi naman yan dito eh. Hindi yan dapat nangyari sa Japan. But because andyan na yan, and the person that nag-assassinate sa kanya, this Yamagami Tetsuya, has been with the military for 3 years lang daw. Security of Japan, masyado siyang luwang eh. And the place na kung saan siya inassassinate is really open. And ang mga tao doon are really sincere na makinig siya kanya. And Japan is mourning. We mourn for this na ginawa niya. And ito talaga sa buhay ko hindi ko makalimutan niya. And nakakaiyak lang because we love him. He's a person na hindi talaga makalimutan. Even my friends abroad, even our politicians in the Philippines, nagtitext sa akin, nagme-message sa akin. Hindi kami niwala na mangyari sa Japan yan.
I'm sad
But
to
this
hear that news that Abe's son was assassinated yesterday, 2 days ago, right? Because he was well loved by the Filipino communities in Japan. He was the longest prime minister in Japan. So politically, he's out there. And sad to say that this feeling that I have is the same feeling that when the Princess Diana was assassinated. It's even if I talk to my Filipino and Japanese friends, they felt the same way. No? So talagang nakakalungkot. And I think not only the Filipino community of Japan, but also the Japanese community felt the loss of one great leader, and that is in the person of Abe's son. And I hope that justice will be served. But this really saddens me. And I hope that we will again find a good leader that will serve Japan in this year.
Hindi lang mga Hapon ang nagluksa sa pagkawala ng former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe dito sa Japan, kundi ang mga Pilipino na sobrang nasaktan sa pangyayari. Rest in peace po, Prime Minister Shinzo Abe.